Thick mist, freezing air, and the long, haunting sighs of ancient trees, the deep, untouched forests of Australia and New Zealand still hide dark, unsolved mysteries that baffle modern scientists to this day. There are places in the southern hemisphere where the map ends and the unexplained begins. Today's story revolves around a bizarre, terrifying event that occurred on the forgotten borders of these two lands, a story that will send genuine chills down your spine. Deep within the rugged mountain ranges of Victoria, Australia, lies an isolated patch of old-growth wilderness known locally as Whisper Woods. To the casual tourist, it looks like a beautiful, dense eucalyptus forest, but to the local residents, it is a place of dread, often called the Whispering Forest. For generations, old-timers have warned that those who wander too deep after sunset never return. The police records are filled with open cases of experienced hikers simply vanishing into thin air, leaving no tracks, no clothes, and no clues. Most people stayed away, but James was not most people. James was an adventurous Australasian explorer and a documentary filmmaker known for testing his limits. He had spent years documenting the wild terrains of New Zealand's Fiordland, surviving the harshest conditions. To him, the legends of Whisper Woods were nothing more than campfire ghost stories meant to scare children. He was determined to find the true source of this darkness, believing that the disappearances were caused by an undiscovered cave system or magnetic anomalies. Equipped with high-tech GPS trackers, thermal cameras, and supplies for 3 days, James walked into the dense canopy on a cold Tuesday morning. He promised his followers on social media that he would live stream his findings, but as he crossed the tree line, his cell phone signal completely died. By the time night fell, the atmosphere inside the forest changed drastically. The cheerful chirping of birds was replaced by a heavy, suffocating silence. Late that night, deep in the heart of the forest, James reached a clearing. In the center stood a strange, massive stone structure. It looked incredibly ancient, covered in thick moss and completely out of place. The landscape here felt different. It was rocky, wet, and cold, resembling the dark rainforests of Fiordland, New Zealand, rather than the dry Australian bush. It was as if two different worlds had merged into one. Feeling an intense sense of unease, James turned on his camera and began recording a video diary. He spoke into the microphone, his voice trembling slightly. He wrote in his digital notepad, "The wind has completely stopped, yet the leaves are shaking. The rustling of the leaves doesn't sound like nature. It sounds exactly like human whispering. Hundreds of voices overlapping in the dark." Right then, as if on cue, the temperature around him plummeted dramatically, dropping below freezing within seconds. His breath turned into thick, white vapor. Suddenly, a wave of panic hit him. His high-tech equipment began to malfunction. The screen of his digital camera flickered with heavy static. His GPS tracker started spinning wildly, and his compass needle rotated out of control, unable to find north. Thick, unnatural smoke or mist began to swirl up rapidly from the forest floor, blinding his vision. James turned on his high-powered flashlight and aimed his camera into the fog. Through the lens, he saw something that paralyzed him with fear. A faint, blurry, towering figure was approaching him through the mist. It moved without making a sound, floating just above the ground. It looked exactly like the restless, vengeful spirit spoken of in centuries-old Maori and Aboriginal legends, instituted by guardians of the ancient land that did not want to be disturbed. Terrified for his life, James dropped his heavy backpack and ran. He sprinted blindly through the trees, branches scratching his face, his heart pounding loudly in his chest. He ran for what felt like hours trying to find the main road. But no matter how fast or how far forward he ran, the forest seemed to bend around him. Suddenly, he tripped and fell. Looking up, his blood ran cold. He was standing right back in front of that same ancient stone structure. It was impossible. He had run in a straight line for miles. It was as if an invisible, supernatural force had trapped him inside a terrifying infinite loop. The whispering voices grew louder, surrounding him from every direction, calling his name. The video recording abruptly cuts to static after a final, bone-chilling scream. After that horrific night, James was never seen again. When he failed to return, a massive search and rescue team, including police helicopters and tracking dogs, combed through Whisper Woods for 3 weeks. They found absolutely nothing. No footprints, no torn clothing, not even his abandoned backpack or camera. He had vanished from the face of the earth. However, local fishermen and rangers passing by the edge of the woods on full moon nights swear they hear something new. Mixed with the ancient rustling of the leaves, they can now distinctively hear a new voice, the desperate, faint whisper of James, warning people to stay away. Have you ever encountered a mysterious forest or an unexplained phenomenon like this? Do you believe James caught something supernatural on his camera? Or did he fall victim to a natural geographical anomaly? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. To discover more thrilling, mysterious, and unsolved stories from around the world, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Stay safe and watch out for the shadows.